All right, today's question is, should I buy a sectional sofa? Sectional sofas can be a great way to get additional seating space in your room. They can give you oftentimes at least one extra spot for somebody to sit. It can make it a little bit easier to lie down, make it easier for multiple people to enjoy a sofa all at once. And they're great for any sort of media room, anytime you're watching TV, kind of relaxing. Sectional sofas can, in many cases, be a little bit more efficient in space than were you to do separate pieces of furniture, like a sofa and a chair, a sofa and a love seat, pair of sofas, because you can optimize, you can make use of that corner as it comes around. There are a lot of different types of sectional sofas. In particular, companies like us, we build a ton of different types. You can have L shapes, you can have U's, you can have chaises, double chaises, combinations of all these different things. So you can kind of go wild and combine them in any shape and size and end up with a totally customized piece that's ideal for your space. I will tell you the biggest issue that we run into when people are interested in a sectional sofa. And I have worked with thousands, literally thousands of people on their furniture. And one of the big realizations that I've had is that most people completely, wildly underestimate the amount of space they need for a sectional. I understand why that happens, but if you think about it, a sectional has to be pretty good sized to be of any use whatsoever. Sectionals, let's say an L sectional. An L sectional is it's two sofas that have kind of been smushed together, right? Well, the smush part is the corner. The corner is going to be a square piece of furniture. So if you're working with a sofa that has an overall depth of, let's say, 42 inches, it's fairly standard in kind of your more accommodating, more plush sofas. So 42 inches overall depth, which means from the very back of the sofa to the very front of the sofa, it's 42 inches. And your seat depth is usually around 25 inches. So that's, the backrest is subtracted and the remaining is about 25. So 42 inches. So then that corner piece by nature has to be a square, which means it has to be 42 by 42. Okay, great. Then we need at least one seat cushion, right? Well, general minimum seat cushion is going to be about 24 inches. That's about the minimum you can get to be reasonably accommodating to an adult. And anything narrower than that is going to feel really cramped and kind of useless. So you have, 24 inches. And then, remember, you have to add on the armrest at the end. Let's say you have a 6-inch armrest. Well, 42 plus 24 plus 6 is going to put you, if my math is correct, and I believe it is because I was an honor student, 72 inches, 6 feet. So I have a lot of people that come to me and say, hey, Chris, I want a sectional, and I want it to be 60 by 80. And the answer is no. No, you can't do that. It's silly. It doesn't make sense. Now, there are pieces of furniture that are going to be much more efficient in depth. So instead of that, like that 42 by 42, maybe you can do something that's 38 by 38 or 35 by 35. That's fine, but still, in many circumstances, you need more space than you think you might. So if you are confused by this, if you're struggling to figure out what makes sense for the room, email us, call us, whatever. We'll be happy to kind of give you a minimum reasonable guideline. Because the other thing you don't want to do, you don't want to go to all the trouble of creating a custom sectional and then discover, oh, great, it feels like two armchairs smushed together, which is often the case when you get really small sectionals. So you want something that's big enough that it actually provides utility to you, actually makes sense for the use of your family. And that usually means going a little bit larger than you might believe you're going to have to do. We're happy to help you through that process. Give us a shout and we can step you through it.